Hello, this is your lesson for BB7. If you get the hang of this, you could finish up BB7 in a matter of probably no longer than 5 minutes. I've taken 4 problems from it, and that should be enough to easily get you through this. And then the next video will work on BB8. So this is the first, the k plus 5, k plus 7 equals 0 is the first problem that I got on my IXL for BB7. And this follows what's called the zero product property rule, which is this. If I have two terms multiplied together and they equal 0, then we know that either A is 0 or B is 0. That's a pretty simple concept within mathematics, because if two things are multiplying to be 0, one of them has to equal 0. So let's say if I choose the number 5, what do I have to multiply by 5 to get 0? It has to be 0. Note that either of these terms, if we went out 0, either this one's going to be 0 or that one's going to be 0. We could look at it the other way around. If I had 0 here in the first slot, then it really doesn't matter what the second one is, 5, 4, whatever. 0 times 4 gives us 0. So that tells us that A equals 0 or B equals 0. So same here. Instead of A and B, we have k plus 5 and k plus 7. We set them both equal to 0 because either of them could equal 0. And so if I do k plus 5 equals 0 and then I solve, I get k equal to -5. So that would be my first answer. And then my second one, k plus 7 is equal to 0. Subtract the 7, k equals -7. And those are my answers. You plug it in, you get the right answer. Another way you can look at it is whatever we have in the binomial here. If you have a plus 5, your answer is going to be -5. A plus 7, your answer is going to be -7. That's it. So coming to the next one, if I do the same thing, I said d minus 3 equal to 0 and solve, you get a plus 3. So you get d equals 3. And as you see, I have that answer already in. And then d minus 8 equals 0. Add 8 over, d equals 8, and you're done. It's literally all you have to do. Opposite, in these first ones, the opposite of these is your answer. Opposite of -3 is 3. Opposite of 8 is, opposite of -8 is 8. Okay, when you come down to here, we either have C equal to 0 or C plus 6. Up here, you had two binomials. Binomial set equals 0. Here we have a monomial multiplied by a binomial. Same thing though, we set both equal to 0. C equals 0, C plus 6 equal to 0, subtract the 6 over, C equals -6. So your answer is 0 and -6. Last one is about as challenging as it's going to get, and this is just going to require to do a little more in terms of solving. We're doing the same mathematical process, setting both binomials equal to 0, so it's going to require a little more work to solve. Subtract 9, and then we have 5s equals -9, divide by 5, and again, this is just solving for a variable like we always have. So your answer is -9 over 5. And then over here, if I subtract 6 from both sides, then I divide by 5, s is equal to -6 over 5, and that's your answer.